Okay.
Okay, so we did the GameCube controller, and that's what it would look like. We put another picture of it, but these are all the different sorts of pieces to it. There's quite a few different buttons that are on it. The two pieces that we ended up doing further analysis of was the X button and the D-pad button. So
the way it's used is you plug it into a GameCube system, or if you modify it, a different kind of computer or something. And when you push the buttons or move the control sticks around, it sends signals to the processor and the controller, which then sends signals to the game console, and hopefully stuff will happen. Everything is working properly. And they were made by Nintendo in Japan, and they were originally made in 2001, and they kept making them for a surprisingly long time, considering how short the GameCube's lifespan actually was. And then they started making them again for newer consoles for different games, and the older models still actually work perfectly fine today most of the time.
we couldn't figure out how much it costs to actually manufacture them, but you can buy them at stores for $20. So these are the different sketches of all the pieces. And so the X button, the buttons are made out of ABS plastic, so it didn't conduct electricity. It wasn't magnetic. They were easily able to be scratched if you pressed hard enough. They're pretty small pieces, so most of the numbers are pretty small, and they won't bend. And then there's our eye properties, which are kind of close. We forgot to convert some of our numbers to the same as eye properties, though.
The D-pad, I couldn't figure out exactly what it's made out of. It's a plastic, but it's slightly softer than ABS plastic. So you can scratch it a lot easier than most things, like even shave bits off if you wanted to. So it wasn't conductive, it was not magnetic, very easily scratched, and it was slightly larger than the X button, so its numbers are around the same range. But it had a lot more surface area because of a bunch of weird bits on the underneath side of the button that holds it onto the thing, and it will not bend.
So the way they're made is there's a lot of injection molding for the plastic, because most of the controller is made out of plastic, and then the controller is held together with 4 different six screws that keep it all together.
And then all the electrical bits for the computer stuff, it's soldering and whatnot.
And then the slide jacks that I got of.
Yeah. So is it recyclable? Theoretically, yes, but I don't think anyone cares enough to take these things apart and recycle them for the few parts that they have, because they're still being sold for well above market price today, because a lot of people play these games, and it's the controller they like to use the most for some unbeknownst reason. That's all we got.
Okay.